We are going to jump right back into the men's and women's the men's and women's grass court run up into Wimbledon. So this is show number 12, and show Lucky 13 will be coming up next. By the way, I was laughing before I started the video because my glasses broke. So I had the dollar store version. That was my only option, so I can see until I can replace, or see well anyway, until I can replace my other glasses. So hence the lighthearted start. So anyway, and also too, we played a set this morning, and I got this little nagging little injury deal that occurred. So hey, glasses deal. So we're trying to make the best of it and roll through show number 12.
One lucky guy.
So ready to start?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to start this thing here. So we're going to jump right back into the men's action. And we really had some good men's tennis today. And again, we had some great women's tennis today. But unfortunately, we had to dig deep to attain the coverage to relay to you. I wish we would have seen a lot of women's tennis today, but unfortunately we did not.
Nope, not one. Nowhere.
So there was a couple of women's matches that started really early in the morning, and there was a deep third set match. I think it was an American girl, Risk, that was playing, and she was in a third set. I think she won that match. In any event, I didn't get to see the match. It wasn't even really mentioned, but I was able to watch Kyrgios and Edmund warm up. So I would have rather have seen the third set of that match, or even a set or two of it. So maybe, again, we'll talk about that more in the women's. That's another story. But it would have been nice to see a third set, decent, tight match instead of watching a couple of guys warm up. So anyway, we're going to talk about Kyrgios, Federer, Pierre, Edmund, Dimitrov, Djokovic, and more. And then also some brief notes on some of the commentary that we listen to. Sometimes it's quite comical to listen to some of the commentary. Not all of it. I think about 50% of it's okay. I will say, about 10% is really good, about 50% is okay, and about 40% is just awful.
It all depends who they have commentating. Half of these guys I don't even know. I don't even know if they had tennis careers or they're just people they hired.
Yeah, so some of the commentary, at least on the let's say, I don't mean to pick on the tennis channel, but this is what we turn to stay in tune for tennis and what we pay to watch, and a lot of it is just really hard to watch. Sometimes we'll turn the volume down simply because we don't even want to hear it, because sometimes it is so far out in left field. So anyway, at least in our opinion, and I guess opinions are about all we have left sometimes.
Actually, I've heard a lot of people complain.
So,
many coaches, many players complain about this.
So not picking, but just bringing up point and why we try to do this, or at least are experimenting with doing this for the next little while. So jumping right back in, we're going to go right back into the Queen's Club, which is now the Fever Tree Championships, where we had Kyrgios that beat Edmund today in 3 tight sets. I thought Kyrgios looked great. Edmund looked, I think, pretty darn good as well.
It was a close match. Could have gone either way today. I mean, it really could have. I hate watching Kyrgios. I'm so sorry. His presence on the court is just terrible. I mean, he acts like he's the man. He hasn't won 1 Grand Slam yet. He's no man. I mean, he hasn't proven anything to any of us. I don't even know why you would pick him at Wimbledon. It kind of makes me mad.
So she's throwing out there the fact that I mentioned yesterday in our show that I had changed my mind from Djokovic winning this tournament to Kyrgios winning the tournament. I think that Kyrgios has a chance. I do not care for when he's running up to hit an easy passing shot and he decides to hit it between the legs. I mean, it's all right, I guess, if it sells tickets, whatever. But just win the point, because if it's a match point and you're playing Federer and you miss that, it's going to haunt you. But anyway, I think Kyrgios still has a shot at Wimbledon. Not surprised he beat Edmund. I thought he would do it in straight sets. Did not. Edmund served well. Tiebreaker, I think, in the first. I think it even went
tiebreaker in the second.
Yeah, it went 3 sets. So good match from both guys. Not shocked Kyrgios won. I still have him at this point winning Wimbledon. Maybe Djokovic, but I'm going to give the nudge to Kyrgios here. Just stop the wild shots.
Djokovic actually looked pretty good, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, as far as Edmund, he might make the second week at Wimbledon again. That's why we do the show. Are they going to make the second week?
He will. He's going to be in my bracket for sure. I will not choose Kyrgios no matter what.
Does he have a better chance than Murray?
He definitely has a better chance than Murray.
Who, Edmund?
Oh yeah.
You think so?
Murray's not ready. He said he might not even play Wimbledon. That he might just play Eastbourne and skip Wimbledon.
You know, all this stuff makes for good storylines. I think Murray plays Wimbledon and does fairly well.
I don't think so, Justin.
I think he'll be okay.
No.
I think he'll be okay.
Even when he was healthy, I mean, he was a toss-up. You know, he was never guaranteed making it to the second week. He's not going to make it back. He's not going to make it to the second week. He'll do all right in the first week, if he even plays.
Coin toss there. It could be interesting. All right, so we had Raonic today that withdrew playing Feliciano Lopez. Raonic says, hey, man, I got to get fit for Wimbledon. I have a pectoral issue or something. Hopefully he's good. However, I was kind of ramping up to Raonic getting into my personal top 16, around a 16 into the quarters, maybe even, and that just kind of dumped him out of my draw entirely for fantasy team. So I'm going to dump Raonic at this point. I might bring him back on, but that seemed like kind of a nail in the coffin, per se, for me, for him going into Wimbledon.
He's had a lot of injuries. I mean, he didn't play the French Open. He was injured at the French Open, and now this. Before the French Open, he was dealing with a lot of issues in Indian Wells and Miami Open. So he's been hurt a lot. I'm sure his coach, Goran Ivanisevic, is having a lot of trouble getting confidence into his head.
By the way, something I forgot to mention was the reason why I brought up some of the just awful commentary is we were watching the Kyrgios and Edmund match. Some commentator, I don't know who it was, I'm not picking on the commentator, but some commentator makes, oh, he just pulled out this totally cool Federer mimic serve, man. And then, oh, I just think he emulated Monfils, man. Man, I think that was way off the wall commentary. I think he's just relaxed and having a good time. I don't think in his mind before the point started, when he's right in the middle of a match that went 3 sets, that he's telling himself, oh, I'm going to mimic Federer real quick, man. Come on, dude. Disagree with that. That dude's playing, and that's just him. He's not trying to emulate Monfils. He's not trying to emulate Federer. He was just being him. So let's give Kyrgios some props. I know you don't like him. I do. Yeah, there's some antics that I hope he grows out of. Yes, but he, to me, has a very good opportunity, if he can mature, of being in the top 3 in the world, in my opinion. But he's got to just grow up a bit.
Yeah, I don't want to even talk about him.
But I
don't want to even give him more publicity, so.
But I can promise you, Mr. Commentator on the Tennis Channel, that he's not out there thinking before he serves the ball on the court, second serve at break point or at game point. Here, let me try to mimic Federer real quick. I think that was a haphazard statement. Apologize to Kyrgios on that. That was whack.
Okay.
That was whack, man. Anyway, sorry, I'm taking up for him there. He wasn't trying to emulate anybody. He's just being himself. Anyway, enough said. So we had Djokovic that rolled over Dimitrov today, and he surprised, beat him badly, like 4-1.
Yeah, that was a surprise to me. What a disappointment. I mean, Dimitrov, what is going on? I mean, geez, you're right. He's been stagnant at the same, he just has not improved. There's no desire for him to get better. I mean, what a terrible match for Dimitrov. I mean, wow. I would not pick him. I wouldn't even put him on my bracket.
Yeah, Dimitrov won't be on my bracket of choice. He could be a first-round departure. I think everybody's had enough time to learn his same old game, and I think he's vulnerable anytime he walks on the court at this point. Next match, Djokovic has a chance of winning it, by the way.
He looked great.
Yeah, he looked good. Go Djokovic.
He looked like the old Djokovic.
Yeah, you're getting better. A little bit more muscle there, a little bit more fitness, and you're going to be back to where you were before. Almost nearly less Nadal, Federer, unstoppable. So just keep up the fitness, you'll be fine. Manarino and Benito played today. Look, Manarino won it. Benito could have won it. It was 2 long sets. The scores, I think, were 7-6, 6-3. But really, again, we're doing this for Wimbledon contender talk. And I think neither is a contender. Both great stories. Good job, Benito, for retiring this year. But I'm out, ding ding, for Wimbledon contenders in this tournament talk.
I mean, good match for Manarino, I guess. And I guess whoever they play, good luck to them.
Yeah, I agree. All right, notable matches tomorrow from this tournament, all quarterfinals. Quick rundown. Cilic, Querrey, who wins?
Ooh, I like Querrey. That's my pick. I think the American will win, and he needs to win. It will be a good warm-up match for him for Wimbledon. He needs all the confidence he can get, and Cilic is a good test. He's a grass court player.
All right, I'm going Cilic here. I know the marriage story for Querrey. Congrats, has been fun and nice to warm through that.
Well,
But-
Cilic got married too,
well,
just recently. Too.
Yeah, but
They both just got married.
I think Cilic wins this in straight sets, maybe 4-4, 5-5, maybe 2 tiebreakers. Moving forward, Feliciano Lopez versus Kyrgios. Who wins?
Kyrgios hands down. Lopez has no chance unless Kyrgios decides to be the typical clown he is.
Yeah, if Kyrgios wants to go out and risk some type of injury and keep hitting balls between the legs again, I like you, Kyrgios. Don't waste time with that here. Just beat him like 2-2 or 1-0 or something. Lopez is good, but you can do this. Save your body. Don't tax it so much. Sell some tickets with some autographs instead of circus acts, and let's just get through this match, right?
Yeah, Lopez has won this tournament before, by the way.
Yeah, he's definitely won it. He's no slouch, but Lopez is not going to allow cuteness on the court. I think you'll pay for cuteness with Lopez. Chardy versus Tiafoe, Frenchman against the U.S. kid. Again, neither for me as a Wimbledon qualifier, but who wins?
That's a tough one.
Tough one.
I like Tiafoe, and I actually like Chardy. I watched the story a bit at the French Open, but I have to go with the American, being that I'm American.
Personally, again, no disrespect to either player, my purpose of the discussion of these matches is pre-run up to Wimbledon, and is either one going to make it to be into the second week, to fourth round, round of 16, and so forth. I think neither. I hope Tiafoe does. He seems to be a good young man, but I think he has this forehand motion that he's got to shorten up. I think the grass is going to hurt him with that kind of cockeyed forehand. Someone needs to work that out. At least in my opinion as a coach, I'm not the best coach in the world, but been around the game for, between the two of us, 70 years. So I would get rid of this whole jerky forehand deal, unless that was just a random match I saw, only one where I saw that. So I would try to change that.
I mean, Tiafoe needs the match for his career. I mean, if he wants to have a future in tennis, he has to win these matches.
Gotta win them.
Yeah.
Gotta win them. Furthermore, it would make training facilities that we train players at look a lot better here if we started winning some big matches.
Definitely.
Just saying. All right, so Djokovic plays Mannarino tomorrow. Djokovic sails 1-2, 2-2.
Yeah, he might as well play him lefty.
Yeah, play him lefty. He still gets the win here. Moving forward to Halle, Germany, the current tournament where Federer is playing. Federer squeaked through a match today against Benoit Pierre. To me, though, I saw a vulnerable Federer. I didn't see vintage Federer. I didn't see a more modern Federer, which to me can be even better than the vintage Federer. I just saw a vulnerable Federer. Not vintage, not his transformed game into a more broad player. I just saw a vulnerable Federer. But does it really matter?
I don't know. What I saw today was more like a show. More like Federer was just trying to give his fans a show. You know, we do this bracket thing. There's a guy in our bracket named Sneaky. He talks about all these conspiracies, about some of these matches being set up, and that's what I saw. I just saw Federer trying to give the fans, what they paid for. He could beat Paire in 2 sets.
Well, he probably wasn't thinking that when he faced 2 match points against him, right?
I don't think he really cared much. I mean, Paire is not strong enough to finish the match, close it out.
All right, so quick commentary, just kind of a fun thing. What did everyone think about Benoit Pierre's beard and silver hair mix? The brown beard on silver hair.
I like his silver hair, don't like the beard. I'd get rid of that beard.
For me, I'm out on both. I would just get rid of the silver hair completely and get rid of the beard completely. Keep your hat on for your sponsor or whatever it is. You can fold the collar down. I thought that was kind of...
He's got his own style.
I mean, it's good style.
He's got his own style. He's a good-looking tennis player.
I don't disagree with you. I think he's a handsome man and a wonderful player and built kind of like me up in here. Pierre, though, I would lose the beard and the hair. You're a great player, fun to watch you play. Very good-looking man. I wasn't knocking you. I'm just saying. My wife and I think you're a good player, and we hope that you do very well. Too bad those 2 match points got away from you today. That had to have hurt, bro.
Yeah, he needed that one.
Gosh, I mean, I think it was 15-40. Federer was serving, and I think Federer pulled it out, and I may have that backward. No, you were serving, and Federer had you 15-40, and he took one of the 2 break points. But you had 2 match points, didn't convert. He had 2, and then finally converted on the 3rd. So really tough match.
It's what separates champions and just a player on the tour.
All right, next match. Florian Mayer loses to Seppi. Seppi and Meyer veterans or anyone contenders for Wimbledon.
No, not at all.
Ding ding, next match. Borna Koric cruised over, and again, pronunciation for Bashvili. Bashvili.
Mm-hmm.
Koric is getting better. Keep an eye on him. He sailed here. Koric is in my top 16. So for the 4th round, Koric will make the 4th round. I'm putting it out now. My top 16 for Wimbledon.
I agree with you. He's one that I would look at. I mean, usually I like going for different people than you, but that's a great pick. Solid pick.
Yeah, I like Koric a lot here. Moving forward, by the way, no real competition for Koric at all in that match. He pushed right through it. Next match, Ebden took out Kohlschreiber in 3 sets. Again, I think Kohlschreiber has a chance to make my top 16 or last 16 at Wimbledon, but I haven't put him in there yet. He's kind of hovering there, but losing to him today, not that Ebden's a slouch. I think he's an Australian that can kind of wail on the ball a lot. But right now, Kohlschreiber and Ebden are still both iffy for me for Wimbledon.
Man, I've picked Kohlschreiber before on my fantasy group, and he has always failed me. And the one time I didn't pick him, he went far. So no, I won't be picking him.
Yeah, so for me, I'm still out on both players. This is a quick one, I think, today. So the men's continued, and this is the end of this first show. Again, we do this in 2 parts. And I don't know what we're going to do yet for Wimbledon when there's 128 players and 64 matches and then so forth. I don't know if we'll have time to do it. It takes a lot of time to do the notes. So, hey, please click like below and subscribe below so we can keep doing it for you. We enjoy it. And it's really fun, and we have passion to share it with you, because I think a lot of the stuff that I see and I hear, I don't know about you, is kind of bogus, right? I mean, it's
the same old thing.
It's the same old nonsense, at least 50% of the time. So let's be real about it. We get it from basketball. We get realness from all the superstars in basketball. We get realness from all the people in the NBA. In the NFL and so forth. But man, we get the same, I really like her forehand. I really like her backhand. Oh, I really like this. Come on, man.
The only commentator that I actually was surprised I liked was Bethany Sands.
Bethany Sands does a great job.
She was great.
Hey,
wow, yeah. Impressive. She made Chris Evert look really bad.
Shout out to Bethany Maddox Sands, great doubles player. Coming up Wimbledon, she's playing with Safarova, I think, from what we have learned. Really great commentator. I think
her on the women's side and Jim Courier on the men's side.
Yeah, Jim Courier and Bethany Maddox Sands do a really good job commentating. Johnny Mack, too. Johnny Mack.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes Johnny Mack is Johnny Mack. But I think, between Bethany, Courier, and Johnny Mack, but everything else just gets kind of cheesy after a while. All right, so moving forward to end, we have the quarterfinal matches as follows. We have Sugita, a Japanese player that's been hitting hot shots on the grass, playing Kudla. Does it matter for Wimbledon?
No, not at all.
I don't think Kudla does, no disrespect. I think Sugita may make my top 16. Maybe, but kind of Sugita and Kohlschreiber right now I'm toying with. Federer plays Ebden. Don't care what happens. I know who's going to win, and if not, it's still no big deal. Can we move forward?
Yes.
This match I like. I'm pretty sure that Kachanov, when he faces Bautista Agut, Kachanov should roll right through him. She turned me on to Kachanov. Great player. I think Kachanov has now earned himself a spot on my top 8 players for Wimbledon.
Agree.
Top 8. Not 16, but 8.
He will definitely be on my list.
So I don't think there's any discussion. We both would say Kachanov would just wail on Bautista, right?
Agree.
Moving forward.
Completely agree.
Borna Koric versus Seppi as the last quarterfinal. For me, again, Seppi's a veteran. He's not a slouch at all. He can beat anybody on any day. But Koric, I think, is hot. I think he needs this match for confidence. I think he destroys Seppi, and Koric is already on my top 8. So I've only mentioned, I only have a choice of 8 players to get really into the crunch of Wimbledon. I know I have Federer. I know I have Nadal. I know I have Djokovic. I know I have Koric. And I know I have Kachanov. That's 5 players. I have 3 more holes to fill. Remember that. Okay, so Koric, Seppi, we know who wins, right?
Oh yeah, Koric, hands down.
So look, in closing, there was a lot of good tennis today. It was nearly impossible for us to get women's information. We did get it though, and we are going to bring it back to you here shortly. And I'm really amped up for that show. I'm excited about it as I was yesterday. It's time to give the women some shine time, and we're going to do that next. So thanks for watching. Click a like below, subscribe below, and see this thing right here? Vibrant thing. All right, she does good. Thank you, Carla, for your time. All right? All right.